It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Next on Madden NFL 25.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within one quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Here's the former Bear. This is David Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Back to Montgomery on second down. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Out of the gun, Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And here now the punter, Fox, as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, the latest in a long line of NFL QBs from USC.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
They go here with a former Lion. It's DeAndre Swift. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Swift. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They end up getting stuck twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. In motion, the tight end. Here's Goff. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
No one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Montgomery running right. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Now it's Goff. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, here's Goff. He'll get this one to Patrick. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
From the 23, here's 2nd and a yard. Goff now to throw. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. The end result, 21 yards.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
First and goal at the 1. Throwing again is Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Montgomery diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense can miss too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field, and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead at 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened, but then again, any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll go play action here with Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To the air, Williams. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. As Darius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. So on fourth down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Detroit's offense ready to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Gone. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's Goff. Complete to right. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Montgomery on the counter. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Montgomery back to the ground. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Goff now looking to throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And the Lions are able to stretch out their lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Now the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the end result, a Detroit. Touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down and 6 now. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Two minutes gone by, second quarter. On play action, here's Williams. He's going to look deep for more. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore, 64 yards. And the Bears are back within a score. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. We get a look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Here's Goff. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then they don't come down with the football.
In motion goes Patrick. Goff now looks to throw. That is caught by Laporta. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Second and 10. Again, Goff. And that is incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Goff. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 41-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for first and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. Oh, good move. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Off play action. Here's Goff. This will be caught at about the 3. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like They're going to be set up for the 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Once more, Montgomery. And this time he'll score. Touchdown, Lions.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Williams. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. To throw, Williams. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. It's complete to Williams. And he's across the 30-yard line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Yeah.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Goff.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Now it's Goff.
He's got right on the short throw.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right. Thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Throwing is Williams. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football. Second half, that's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Williams from the gun on third down. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's Williams. Allen has it, left side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This is Swift on the counter. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. To the air, Williams. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 22. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Goff now to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Here's Goff.
And oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. That is caught. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now Goff. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he will dive trying to get the first down, but it looks like he's going to be marked down just short. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Running for it, Montgomery. And he dives forward, and he is going to have the first down with that effort. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Back to throw, Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Play action. It's Goff. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short,
No good, and this will remain an 11-point spread.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
From the gun, here's Swift. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
A throw left side taken in by Komet.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Williams.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Caleb Williams
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Bears have cut it back within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
The Bears will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And he's not going to get in as the try for 2 comes up empty. So they will be unable to cut this to a field goal as the differential remains 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And that is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game. and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Once again, it's Swift.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. Looking to throw is Williams.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
The coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Swift going to try up the middle.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Williams.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Those INTs all sting. Maybe throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because Oh, a dream scenario here as we get back into the action. It's a 1st and goal with the ball at the 1-yard line. Again, Goff. And this one's incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. David Montgomery punching it in from a yard away. And the Lions will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game.
We've got an onside kick coming up. With a kicking team trailing by 5, they need to recover this football. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3.
This defense in need of a big stop in a tight game in the 4th quarter. Let's see if they can get that stop they need. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Now the So the picture becoming pretty clear here. The defense just looking for a stop because a touchdown, and they would trail on the scoreboard. They're hoping to preserve this slim 1-score lead.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
This will be caught downfield by Moore. He's to the 15.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired?
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds.
On the didn't appreciate it. Young, wealthy, and wretched, I'm the hood motivation. On top of the world now, they tried to underestimate me. Get them glow, them fraudulent, you know you the truth. Get them glow, stop overthinking, these can't fuck with you. Get them glow, standing on business in these Chanel shoes. Before I let her play with me, I'll go eat some jail food on gang glow. Stomp a little with some shell toes. Yeah, glow. Slapping, rapping, making bail. Yeah, glow. Two-tone Cartier match the nails. Yeah, glow. No competition, these stale. Yeah, glow. Curbing, no curbing, my layers. Yeah, glow. Say they get money, but I can't tell. Yeah, glow. Keep running circles around these snail. Yeah, glow. And my bumping up in the jail on the gang glow. Yeah, glow.
Jumping that, summon that, jumping that, jumping that fire. Jumping that, fire, jumping out with, jumping that.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC North. It's the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Next on Madden Football.
Now from downtown Minneapolis, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us inside beautiful U.S. Bank Stadium, the home of the Vikings. Good to be with you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense, we're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends, but come game day, there is no question. At the end of this one, yes, they want their teams to win, but when they put their two box scores up next to each other, there's going to be some bragging rights come this offseason.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
You see Jared Goff now taking the field, and he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career, and he's certainly quieted a lot of skeptics around the league, Mike, and leading this Lions team to the NFC Championship just a season ago. He has his eyes set on taking that next step, and a strong performance here will certainly help him achieve that goal.
2nd and 7. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On play action, Goff. Now pass, deep for St. Brown. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff with the give to Montgomery. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Off the play fake, here's Goff. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, it's Goff. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Bates' kick is good. And the Lions are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
And this is the opportunity Sam Darnold's been working for. I mean, to resurrect his career after some struggles early on in New York. He's had a bit of a mixed bag, but there is no mistaking the physical talent, the arm strength, the ability to play quarterback at a high level. He has it all. There's a reason he was drafted where he was, Mike, and I think Minnesota has themselves a sleeper here at the quarterback position. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. That's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
3rd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. You let this go deep for Jefferson. And the Lions will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
The Lions offense going to take over now for the second time. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing on second down. Goff. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
You know, it's always hard as an offense to waste such great field position, but they had a short field to work with, not able to pick up a single first down. So give a lot of credit for the defense stopping this drive before it really got started.
really big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Now Goff. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. And he's going to have a Lions first down. The defense nowhere to be found. A 4th down gain of 20.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
The Lions called their first timeout. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing here is Goff. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a 1st down.
Automatic 1st down.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff. And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he'd be shoved backwards a little bit.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
From back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. One more time with Montgomery. And he will dive into the end zone. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions are out to a 10-0 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Chandler now to return it. The Vikings offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff. Jones. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They get 22 yards there. 1st down, Minnesota.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
That's caught by Jones out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. A big play for Minnesota. 31 yards.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They'll run the toss here with Jones. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Running left, it's Jones. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Lions who have the early lead. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Checking it down, this one is caught.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings are on the board. It's now 10-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Lions offense. And their running back set to go once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw on 1st down. Over the middle, he's got St. Brown. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st down, it's Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. They face 2nd down and 7. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A 2nd down throw for Goff. He'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. that one on target to Williams. He's got it. 13 yards and a big exhale as they convert on fourth down.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on fourth down, had they not gotten it.
On the blitz, overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
On second down, Goff. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Goff to throw. That is caught at the 3. And he's in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. Bates now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions move out in front by the score of 17-3. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Chandler now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate. And that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
They'll put Addison in motion. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Give them 14 on that one. It'll be a Vikings first down. Now, Darnold. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
On second down, it's Darnold. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on third down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of third down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's first and 10. So they start this on the ground with Montgomery. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And it's going to bring up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Goff. That's into the hands of the receiver, Patrick. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Down the field, he's got St. Brown. And he will score. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Makes the score Lions 24, Vikings 3.
Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. Chandler now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. First and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Lions are in the lead. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. In that first half, it was David Montgomery who proved to be tough to stop. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Play fake to Jones, and now Darnold. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down. Try and run for the first down with Jones.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll go play action with Darnold. He'll go left side here and complete this one. They get 15 on that game. First down, Minnesota.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and so also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Third and 5. Here's Darnold again. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
And on that third down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up fourth down.
And he didn't give the Gunners a chance to get down there and make a play for him. It's into the end zone and a touchback. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to go to work once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the... The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. On the ground, Montgomery to start the drive. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Throwing on second down, Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, he had such a great first half throwing the football. There's no reason to think, Mike, coming out here for the start of the third, that anything's going to change. He's picked up right where he left off, and the numbers are indicative of just how well he's played.
Here's 1st and 10. Goff gives it to Gibbs. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Linebacker Ivan Pace up to make that play. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. This is caught at the 2. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
Two yards from 6 points. It is 1st down and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. Oh, making guys miss. And he's in. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Detroit. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this not going to work at all. He'll dive, get what he can. We're going to lose yardage on this play.
They keep it on the ground twice, Mike, and they have no success. So now if you're the play caller, that starts creeping into your head. Do you have confidence in a third attempt, or now do you try to change it up and go play action and put the ball?
A dive, and he's in! David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Chandler now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to take over possession of the football. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. That one caught by the former Lion, T.J. Hawkinson.
Holding offense.
They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Off-balance throw, it's complete. Here's a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He's got a receiver, it's Addison. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. A run, it's Jones. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. To the middle of the field, taken in by Addison. And he's into the end zone. Jordan Addison, touchdown Vikings.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. If you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate. Great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Reichert out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now headed back onto the field. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Patrick motioning here. On 1st down, it's Goff. Open man downfield, it's Laporta. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot.
1st down, Detroit.
To throw is Goff. Working 3 downfield, it is Williams. And he's out of bounds here. It's a big pickup at the end here of the 3rd quarter of play. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here now a toss to Montgomery. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal. He's able to take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Now here's 2nd and goal. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. On 2nd and goal, they'll give him another shot. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain.
I typically like to see the play-action pass on the early downs, Mike. Now they find themselves on 3rd down. The defense is more prepared for the pass. They get stopped twice with the run. Do they go back to it a 3rd time and take their chances?
And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down.
How about this for a goal line stand, Mike? Your back's against the wall, back-to-back plays. You hold tight. They set themselves up here to defend a 4th and goal try.
The offense will stay out trying to get this final yard. It is 4th and goal. They'll try it now with Montgomery. And he will score again. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Detroit. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Here's Bates for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Chandler now to return it. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Vikings offense headed back to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Throwing, Darnold. He's got this on target to Addison. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
20-yard pickup there. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
To throw again is Darnold. To the goal line and in. Jalen Naylor. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. This will pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Vikings are able to edge a bit closer. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
The Lions offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways.
And he's in! Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
You know, there's so many key factors that allow a play like this, Mike, to have so much success. And, of course, like anything, it starts with the quarterback being accurate. It's such a big part of NFL football right now is the run after the catch, but the accuracy of the ball allows the receiver to turn into a runner after securing the catch. So great job there by the quarterback, and then sometimes it's just a foot race to the pylon and speed kills, and wide receiver gets the ball, secures it, and he does the rest.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Chandler now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Now, Darnold. His throw left side is complete. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. To throw is Darnold. To the right side, he's got Hockenson, his tight end. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Darnold. To the outside, it's looked in by Addison. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Darnold to the air once more. Here comes the screen to Jones. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
How often do we see, Mike, the running back, they get a little too antsy and they go a little too fast on these screen plays. In this case, great job by the back. First, he let his offensive lineman go out. He then follows behind. That's the key to a good screen play.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches at the 26-yard line.
Darnold to throw again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
His 2nd grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Darnold to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This is taken in at the goal line. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now, Goff. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Stephon Gilmore there defensively to break it up. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Goff. And this ball batted away and incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target, and it'll be 3rd down. Here's Goff. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Here we go. One final play. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. So a win for the visitors, the Lions. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one.